we had this situation where one of our members, a guy named Nathan Wilkerson, he worked full-time for UPS. He had an opportunity to step down from UPS and get this part-time job, but he needed to make up the gap in his salary by this specific amount, and was willing to come and be a part-time children's minister for that amount.
And we really needed that, but we didn't have the money, and when he approached, the budget had already been set for the year.
One Sunday, we were back in the cook's break room at Hope Middle School, praying before the service. He came in and told us that he wanted us to pray about that, and so that's what we did. And I remember there being a discussion after our prayer.
We had an elders meeting before church, and I told them, guys, it's up to you if you wanted to go out on a limb financially and agree to pay Nathan what he needs to live on, but we don't really have the resource for it. But I would be in favor of it, but it's a huge risk of faith, huge step of faith.
One of the elders, Mike Mason, said, we've grown up going to churches where the leaders, they wouldn't do anything unless there was either money in the bank or, they were pretty sure there would be. And this church is really about faith. And, I don't want to be like the model I saw growing up. I want us to be willing to step out in faith. And this is a real God thing, because that's a stretch for Mike. He definitely is one that frets over the budget some. But the rest of the elders were, they were in agreement. Yeah, you're right. We do. We don't have this money, but we need to step out in faith and believe that God will provide.
And I thought, well, I'm proud of him. I don't know how smart it was, but I'm proud of him for stepping out there.
And so we went into the service, that decision had been made. And when the collection was taken up that day, and there was a check in the offering for the exact amount that needed to finish his salary for the year.
But what was shocking about it is it was from this couple who we had been giving benevolent help to because they hadn't been able to make ends meet. We had been providing a car, we'd been helping with their rent, we'd been bringing them food. And now there's a check from them for several $1,000s, enough to pay Nathan Wilkerson part-time for a year. And what had happened was she had come into some inheritance, and she just tithed that inheritance. They'd been so blessed by what New Heights had been doing for them, and so even before the service ended, that they had been praying over the answer. God had confirmed it, and that was just another example. And again, I can't say this enough, that there were these God stories just every week. And even now, with this growing church and this huge staff, the staff gets together every Tuesday, and the way they start the meeting is, all right, let's share some God stories.